welcome back. You are beautiful. Yes, and it's because you're watching Expresso here on S3. We're opening up to parenting and weaning and all of those things that come with it. Now, a baby is a little bit of heaven sent down to earth. That's what they say, right?
Yes,
parents will tell you this for free. And when it comes to weaning, it's all about gradual transition through texture. A recent study actually found that the earlier certain foods were introduced in an infant's diet from 6 months onwards, the better that the baby will accept it, both in infancy as well as at a later age in childhood, which goes to show just how important it is. It's very, very important. Now we have our mummy and daddy presenters on the couch, Jamie Lee and Graham, discussing their weaning experiences with their little ones, because you guys have actually had the experience.
Well, I'm in it right now.
You are
in the midst.
In it now, yes.
No, 1 year old is like the middle of wean.
And this is the second time that you're going through that. Jamie Lee, for you, your experience with Luca, that weaning process, how did you find it?
I think back now, you going through it, trial and error, my friend, because a lot of times when you go through this thing, you think that it's one size fits all, and it really isn't. It's all about trial and error. And so I remember 6 months was the age that we started weaning him, and it was so overwhelming for me. Obviously, it was the first time being a parent.
Yes.
But what I loved is that when we did introduce it to him, it was so exciting. You got to see his face and just see his reaction with regards to introducing solids to him. But for me, the purity jars really was something that we introduced when he was 6 months, because it had the recommended age on the jar. So I knew I was doing something right. And up until today, the banana and apple flavor is still his favorite.
Oh,
and
I love the apple flavor.
Because the parents actually find themselves dipping in there
one for you,
well,
one for me. No, very much so.
And Graham, I mean, textures are obviously what it's all about. It's about getting them introduced to these new textures that they don't know anything about. What's your experience been like?
You know, it's kind of twofold, because I did the same thing. You want to start introducing them to as many different nutrients as possible, so that, you know, in terms of like allergies and things like that, the earlier you can introduce them to a broader spectrum. All of the experts on our show have taught us that. So, and that's great. Before they're chewing and they're kind of taking on the physical battle of the food, the purity jars were a godsend, because you know you're getting all the right kind of nutrients, preservative-free. You know, and the fact that Kath McGaw has been working with their team for the last 4 years, making sure that you're getting the very best, that was a massive endorsement for me. But now, George has entered that phase where most of the food goes in the hair, on the face, so like I'll give her something to get the textures of, to feel, to get the mouthfeel. She's learning, and she can chew and she can do these things, but often not a huge amount of the nutrients is going into the mouth.
Her mouth,
And just to freak me out, she'll like take it and put it in her ear.
Or yours, I'm sure.
Yeah, or mine. Which means what I love about you. So we do a lot of supplementing with the purity jars, and she's got an interesting flavor profile as well. You start to discover how your children, like their tastes differ to different things. And it's I love the purity of the purity is a big selling point for me, but it's got a nice range, so you can give them diversities.
Okay, so this one is for both of you guys. You're busy. You guys wake up super early to be here, and then you've still got so much to do throughout the day. How do you make sure that, you know, even on the go, which you guys are constantly on, that you both have your little ones, you know, getting the right type of shape,
my friend.
that they get the right meals and snacks and all of those things? How do you make sure?
So let me tell you, when I started weaning, I was actually doing presenter search on 3. So imagine going back and forth, trying to learn lines, get everything. It was a bit of a balance. So for me, now knowing the purity jars has all the ingredients, again, with Kath McGaw endorsing all of that, and knowing that it's on the go, it's convenient, gives me more time to bond with little Luca. And that was what I needed. It was something that was healthy, it was nutritious, but also still gave me comfort knowing that it was getting what he needed.
Well, you don't have to heat them, first of all. Like, so the squish packs, I mean, the jars are cool. We'll keep them with us or whatever. And if it's she's in a pram, little gap filler, it's great. But the squish is ideal, and it's a broad range as well, savoury and sweet, and it's not too much, so it's not going to replace a meal. But on the go, ideal.
It's good for that. What are some of your do's and don'ts, G-Man, when it comes to weaning?
It's more with you than your child, to be quite honest. Become less precious, over the fact they will get dirty, and that's part of the process.
It's going to happen.
It's a massive thing. So, and my dogs love it. My dogs absolutely adore the fact that that Georgia is. They just hang around, like around the high chair. Look at those gorgeous little things, man. And it's very sweet, and I use it now with Jax, with his eating. I'm constantly modelling his behaviour, and he takes pride out of that and showing his little sister how to eat something, or that he's a good eater, that he's doing his thing. He takes it seriously, which is a beautiful thing. But you've just got to keep trying. What you said, trial and error is a big part of it. diversity. Try as many things. You'll see, like Georgia, for instance, loves lemon, and she doesn't even like, which is the most amazing thing. Yeah, so like you'll find things that they love.
Yes.
And trust me, as they move into the toddler phase where they become a lot more selective, you want to have as many tools in your arsenal as you possibly can. So try them on as many different foods as you can.
Process, hey?
It
It's a
definitely
total
is.
process.
Fun,
But you
man.
guys are having lots of fun with it. You're enjoying the food
Yeah,
as
man.
well.
living my
You're
best
going to
life.
be weaning anytime again soon? Oh, well, you know what? We've
Are
just
you?
heard.
Are you?
No, not yet. But when it does happen, I will play back this chat, okay? Thanks for that. We just heard the great advice from our presenters, Graham and Jamie Lee. If you want expert advice, then listen up. Purity, they've teamed up with Old Mutual, which is a great partnership. They're giving 2 lucky viewers the chance to each win 5 tickets to attend the Parenting in the 21st Century with COVID virtual event on Thursday, the 29th of April. Really, it's with world-renowned experts and guest speakers who are really going to be sharing all of that information. What you need to do is reply to the competition post on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page and share your top tip for parenting in the 21st century using that hashtag OpenExo. The competition closes at midday on Friday, the 9th of April, and those T's and C's do apply. You can find them on expressoshow.com.
So you really don't want to start it now because we can give you some more tips.
It's a lot of fun. Why don't you start by just being a babysitter? Why don't you come and see if you can handle a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old? Hey?
Together at the same time.
Together at the same
At
time.
the same time. Or you can take Luca.
Oh, no.
You can take Luca. He's 2 years old, only one at a time.
Okay, one at a time. I could try that.
It's a deal.